May your heart find peace anywhere you come from. Coulda up, you coulda down. Blessings on my nation. This city can't hold me. My vibe's too high, and my heart it told me jump right now. You will touch the sky. Feel my love unfolding like a laughing flame. All who did not know me when I done, they gon' know the
for all our readers, yes. So who does matter be party? I'll tell you it. Shout this, let them know where we represent. Who's the body's passing? 4-7. Them no crazy like where, 'cause we from up in mountain we day. And when it comes to fighting, we don't play. We not leaving this land till we say. Promoter and police can't move away. I say we don't side it up whenever my team link up. 'Cause we bring the vibes, we bring the light. Yes, we bring everything. Session can bad with us, we have different energy. Ask anybody who knows man of the party. I'll tell you it. Shout it, let them know where we represent. Who's the body's passing? Some not crazy like where. Hey. Up in mountain we day. And when it comes to 13, we not leaving this land till we say. Promoter and police can't move away. Aye. We turn these vibes up. Aye, aye, aye. Party like a holiday. Anywhere we there. That is so we there. So we say. So who does matter be party? I'll tell you it. Don't it let them know where we represent. Who's the baddest passing? Oh yeah. Them no crazy like where. Yeah. Up in mountain we day. And when it comes to fighting, we not leaving this land till we say. Promoter and police. That's why. Till we can't get rid of the ways. No, we can't get rid of the ways. I say, no, we can't get rid of the ways. No way. So we can't get rid of the ways. That's why. So we there. So who does man of the party? I'll tell you it. Shout this, let them know where we represent. Who's the baddest passing? Them no crazy like where. Hey. Up in mountain we day. And when it comes to fighting, we not leaving this land till we say. Promoter and police. So, no, we can't get rid of the ways. No, we can't get rid of the ways. I say, no, we can't get rid of the ways. Grenada, Carriacou and Pity Matney, can't get rid of the ways. I say, no, we can't get rid of the ways. No, we can't get rid of the ways. What? No way. Still, we can't get rid of the ways. No way. No, we can't get rid of the ways. No way. Still, we can't get rid of the ways. Still, we can't get rid of the ways. No, we can't get rid of the ways. Still, we can't get rid of the ways. No way. No, we can't get rid of the ways. No way. No, we can't get rid of the ways. No way. Still, we can't get rid of the ways. Lovely.
Yes, indeed, and a good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I will be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 11 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. Just want to say a special good night to each and every one of you who have been joining us on the various, those of you on the YouTube, those of you on the Facebook, those of you joining us via We Noise Radio. We want to say a special good night to each and every one of you and how much we appreciate. Just want to let you all know how much we appreciate you taking the time to be with us each and every night. If a particular family go vex with me, they give me the name, the family that is out there in housing scheme, and I forget the name, Lord, Papa, you are going to end up in trouble. But anyway, I'll go see them soon again, and I'll make sure that I get the name. So I'm seeing from my end like the video is sticking. Folks, let me know if it's sticking tonight, if everything working properly, or if it's sticking. You know what, let me play a little bit of this and double check, eh? And just to let you all know, we've gotten a copy of the MOU that the government intends to sign with the United States, that they have presented to the United States for their verification in order for this MOU to be signed. We will be getting into that a little bit in the program.
If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the...
And folks, remember, we need your donations. Yes, coming here in the month. Right. We need your donations. Remember, you can go to the following site. Let me pull it up. You can go to the following site and you can make your donations to Talking Points. All right, because we do need, hey, good night to you, Mommy George. We do need your help. Nice. Good night, Mr. Handsome. Right, nice. Yeah. Let's see who else is on the program. So yeah, that's the way you have to go to be able to make your donation and so on. Cammy, go cost me. You no longer tell Cammy I'm coming in tongue, but I passed today, but I passed so fast. And I passed so opposite I could not pass in by Cammy. All right, but yeah. So folks, we're not taking phone calls and so yet, because we have quite a bit that we have to discuss first before we get into the show itself. So let me say good night to Vanessa Lalji, Ruth Chitterman, Joyce Lewis, Faithlin Halley Douglas, Kathleen Ledlow, Claude Abraham, Sky, Agnes Henry, Anastasia Buckmeyer, Gillian Noel, Alban Harris, good night to you, Roslyn Jones, Listra Abraham, Carib Spice, Anna Lewis, Hillary Joseph, Michelle Alexander, no, not that one, Mr. B, Norma Felix, Kathleen Knights, I see you there, Teresa Joseph, yeah, Teresa, call him out. Where are you? Nice, right. Ruth Chitterman, Shirley Scarrett, and who else is there? Amanda Moses, Anastasia Buckmeyer, Joyce Lewis, yeah. And let me see who is on the Facebook quickly. Walan Aquad, Peter Striker Lewis, Wendy Ann Maguire, Nursey, good night. Landon Jane, Cynthia Collins, Latoya Maguire, Charmaine Ragbasing, Errol Bonaparte, Irma Lewis, and I see Veronica Frederick, Elizabeth Douglas, Esther Peters, Winnie Simon, Dillian Pierre, Henry Gibbs, Sherms Houston, John Mark, Lona Lolo Williams, and I'm sure I'll go get a message in the next couple seconds. The Geezer, I know you're on, my brother. I'm sure that the Geezer, it's my note, man. Let me know that you're there. Yeah, the Geezer is on. Irvin out there in the UK as well. All the UK listeners. And folks, to be in the UK and to make sure that you take that time to be up between 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, going for 3, listening to Talking Points, we really appreciate you. We really, really appreciate you. All my relatives out there in the UK as well, including my little son, Jamari. Well, he ain't so little again, and Jamari nearly taller than me. Yeah, we say a special good morning to you all out there in the UK. Nice, beautiful. So let me get back my song. With my song gone? Yeah, nice.
A fella told me a little secret. Very soon they would pave the streets. A feeling.
Yeah, very soon they will pave the streets. Yeah.
Election coming.
Yeah, election coming. Yeah.
Don't worry about them potholes.
They're bringing truck for the pothole shadow.
A feeling someday. Election coming. There will be plenty sweet talking tongue.
If again like condensed milk
comes around, but if your part don't confuse your head, promises can't put butter in your bread. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of frustration is the same khaki pants.
You know, folks, and I wanted to begin tonight because I was thinking today and I said, you know what? 6 months, it's nearly 6 months now, yeah? That we've had that explosion that took place in Telescope. And up to this point in time, it doesn't seem as though the people of Telescope are important to this administration. They don't care about them. They care about the votes that those people have, but they don't care about the people themselves. Because had they cared about the people, the situation that occurred on the 1st of July 2025 would never have occurred. They would never have taken degraded explosive material and driven it through the community of Telescope, notwithstanding that they drove it through many other communities as well. They would not have done that. And they would have ensured that the situation that escalated with that explosion would never have taken place. But they already do so bad on that. They still, after all of that, up to now, have never come back to the Grenadian people and said, this was the cause of that. We have investigated and we have understood now this was the cause. And as such, we have put in place new measures. And this will not be done like that again. And that will not be done like that again. Nothing like that. Up to now, today is the 29th day of January in 2026. And we're still waiting on a report from the 1st of July 2025 in relation to what took place there, where people could have lost life and limb, where people's property were damaged till the Gravel and Concrete Emulsion Corporation had to find significant amounts of money to go and bring back people TV and fix back people roof and fix back people window and all sorts of things. But this government does not find it important to provide you with the information regarding what took place out there in Telescope. It is not on their radar. It's only if a few of us start to talk about it again, you go see the rush and they tell, well, we don't know who investigating. We don't know if the investigation was by Gravel and Concrete. We don't know if the investigation was by the Royal Grenada Police Force. We don't know if the investigation was by the Ministry of National Security. We've got no idea. We do not know who is investigating. And we have never heard the outcome of that investigation. We do not know, and we have young people going down there to train. We do not know if the remaining, because we were told at that point in time that there are remaining degraded explosive materials. And without going too deeply into other aspects of it, all I will say is that where it is an extremely dangerous place and puts the life and limb of everyone using that facility, everyone living close to that facility, and everyone traversing that facility. It puts all of their lives in danger. Well, our lives, because I sometimes pass. You don't have to tell us, obviously, they don't have to tell us that we move in it tonight or we will be moving it next week, Friday at 2 p.m. They don't have to say that. But let us know that there is a plan. An improved one over the last one. Because from what we're hearing, they took explosive material that could have gone off at any time and drive it through communities, past schools, churches, past people's private homes, clubs, everything. Drive it past business places, highly populated areas, and then brought it to be disposed at that location, where an accident or anything could have triggered it off. And when you heard of the volume of that explosion, you realize the destruction that could have come to any community that this was driven through. And we still left without answers regarding that. And some people may say, well, why are you raising that? I'm raising it because it's a clear and present danger to you and to me. It's a clear and present danger to your children and my children. It's a clear and present danger to anyone that is within vicinity of the remaining. At least massage our affairs and let us know that you have adequately and competently dealt with the remaining material that was at the original location. Let we know. Good night, Pastor. Let us know. We still waiting. I think somebody calling. Let me take the call. I wasn't taking calls yet, so no, but I'll go take. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon.
Nursey.
How are you?
You dig out the snow?
Oh gosh, no, I was so my
Grenada hot
my
boy.
auntie
What?
husband, my son dig me out, so I'm good.
Grenada hot boy. What? Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your snow. Go right ahead, my dear.
Sheldon, so I called. I just wanted to piggyback on a little of what you just said. With all of those things, I just wanted to add that we probably have a higher rate now of people suffering from anxiety attacks, panic attacks, PTSD, and all of those things. We're not taking those into consideration. Are we screening people and going around to see if those people are okay?
Well, your guess is as good as mine, my dear. When it comes to this administration, I would not accuse them of knowing what to do. I do not want to be taken to court and for lying on anybody. So I wouldn't accuse them of knowing what to do. Because remember, even Thunder right now going to still scare people from that area. I know that the Member of Parliament, the Honourable Emlyn Pear, she did do some sessions with the people, especially those who live close to the quarry area. That was done. And as to if the government afterwards followed up with additional people coming in and continuing classes until you're finished with that aspect of it, you don't know. So 6 months later, and it seems as though for something to get done in Grenada, you have to come on a radio program, or you have to go on a podcast, or you have to go on a television program and act the fool for something that they're supposed to know to do, but I ain't going to accuse them of knowing what to do, but they're supposed to know what to do. I mean, common sense would tell you that, but then we wouldn't accuse them of having common sense either. But they're supposed to know what has to be done and get it done. We can't be in that situation. Still, you don't know if this thing, when it go past, if it go past, you can't do that.
Yeah. Sheldon, what I really call about in regards to the decriminalization of the cannabis, I was thinking, Sheldon, is that the best and the only initiative for Grenadian people that we can see best fit? I mean, Sheldon, I'm a medical provider. I'm a healthcare provider, okay? And one of the licenses I have in my possession is a DEA license, which is a narcotics license. So I can prescribe narcotics. I see this as a
So wait, hold on. You could get your brother a little prescription for some weed.
and that's the one thing I don't do. I'll tell you, Sheldon.
But you could. But you could.
I could, but
All right, okay,
I'm
all right.
very particular when I do that because I work hard for it.
Okay.
I work very hard for my license, and I
just
don't want.
I just asking.
I'm just saying. Patients come and they ask, "Can I get this?" And if they don't really need it, I would say no, because narcotics is a very serious thing. Anyway, I'm just saying, when you look at it, the risk outweighs the benefits from when I look at it, because yes, you're doing it for a small amount of people, but you have to take into consideration. Yes, it may work. I'll tell you, 90% of my patients have chronic pain. Okay? Sometimes, after a while, most of these things are habit forming. So after a while, you use it, 6 months or so, then it doesn't work anymore because you're used to it. And you get addicted to it. You now have the pain issue that still continues, and then you now have other problems, psych problems, confusion. You have all other things that come. So now you have that problem that's still existing, but then you just add in some more to it, that unnecessary things that you shouldn't have added. And then we have to take into consideration. No, I'm not hating on the Rasta people. If that's their thing, that's their thing. But
Yes,
then when we do that,
that's our thing. Although I don't smoke, but that's our thing.
Oh, well, I'm just concerned, Sheldon, and it's a concern that when we do that, we have to check on the lung cancer. Okay, we have to check on your respiratory issues, your COPD, emphysema, or your asthma, all of those things. Okay, are we equipped with the medical condition in Grenada? Do we have ventilators in Grenada, Sheldon?
Ventilators, yes. But at least let me don't be too quick to say that. I know that there were. I don't know if there still are.
Do we
Let me put it
have
like
a
that.
lot of Do we have respiratory therapists, pulmonologists, enough oxygen for when all these people and them start getting all these issues from that? Are we taking that into consideration that we're opening up a can of worms?
In other words, what
Are
you're
we looking
saying,
at those things?
what you're saying is it is not simply that you can start a cannabis industry in Grenada and that you may make millions out of it, but that there is the
Exactly.
infrastructure medically that has to be put in place to deal with the outcomes.
That is what I'm talking about. Yes, we do that, and yes, it's good for some people. But when you weigh your risk and your benefits and you look at it, is it really worth it? You have to ask yourself that. Is it really worth it? Because, like I say, yes, you might give that person the medical marijuana. It might work here today, next week, and bam, it stopped working. You get addicted to it. You can't. It's not working anymore. What now? Chronic pain, Sheldon. Chronic pain is something that sometimes, no matter what you take, it does not help at all. And if you take something, better believe, after a while, you're going to get addicted and then nothing would work. So
But
I'm
it's,
just
it's
saying.
what happened. It is what happened to many people, for instance, in the music industry, many people in the entertainment industry, due to the way that they work and the injuries that they sustain when they work, that they use some of these to deal with the pain, and it becomes habit forming. They end up addicted to
Exactly,
it.
that's my point. And on top now,
That is how
Go
Prince
ahead.
died. That is, according to them, that is how Prince died.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was similar again. He had to use the same medication they used to put people out for surgery is what killed Michael Jackson. So it becomes habit forming. Yeah.
So that's my concern. Yeah. So I'm saying, I mean, we have other things we can do. We have all these people coming out with cancer, ovarian cancer, all of these things. Let's do so. Can we not? Can we try to do something else to, to enhance the lives of the Grenadian people? Let's do something with screening. Let's do something so that people can get a pap smear, they can get a colonoscopy, diabetes. Educate them so that you prevent
what
them.
the
All
government-
these kind of things.
What the government may be looking at here, they may be saying that, and let's look at if there can be any sort of balance. Can there be a balance where your country is making enough money off of a cannabis industry that it is able to offset the medical part of it, the negative part of it, the medical for the people who come down with emphysema or lung
Exactly.
cancer,
Lung
or
cancer.
the other people who may suffer different types of psychosis, because
Chronic
every-
bronchitis, all of those things.
every single human being is different. And while some may be nearly lifelong smokers, there are some people that take one pull and that is it for them, they're gone. Or they have mental issues when they're using. So it has to be considered from all angles. Again, I continue to maintain that it makes no sense to be locking up people for a two-spliff. To me, it just don't make sense. I think that the police could be better used. There are better uses for the police than to lock up a man for two-spliff, or a fella sit down smoking a spliff somewhere and you lock him up for that. They want to ticket them now. We know that, boy oh boy, people go get some ticket in the tail. Believe me, some ticket go pass and some money go make.
That's going to be for a little while, and then people just go haywire. Everybody going to be smoking. The kids going to school is going to be, everybody's going to be.
All I'm saying, we hope that those things do not happen. But what I am sure will happen is that real ticket go pass, because there are various people who still think that it is okay to smoke in public and not at their home. That is okay, they're lying on the blocks and they pull their weed and they smoke and thing. Not knowing that the police could pass and give you a ticket for that. No. They may see the police come in and blow the smoke and thing, think free now, boy. Blow it and not realize by $300, you have to pay. Or you end up in problems. So I do not think enough public education has been done on this.
Exactly.
They've had the committee that they had in place. I don't know what type of PR strategy they use. I know they had some meetings now and again, but it seemed to be a little cabal of people that met and discussed the issue. But in the broader sense, I don't think enough public education has been done. I don't think enough thought in relation to the aspect you're speaking of, which are the medical consequences that we may deride of that particular law. I don't think that has been taken into consideration. I fully agree with no longer jailing fellas for small quantities of marijuana. I fully agree with that. I fully agree with, and this is nothing new, that they're allowing the Rastafarians to use it on their compounds and so on. There's nothing new. It just wasn't in statute, it wasn't in law, but they were allowed to use it within their compound. And so Rastafarians can't tell you the last time they had police run through a tabernacle. They cannot tell. I doubt it have any Rastafarians around now that could tell you the last time they had a set of police run through a Rasta camp or run through a tabernacle and desecrate their place. Yeah, those things for years upon years ago. But that was dealt with. I remember being there when Rasnang thanked Dr. Mitchell for addressing that particular issue. So it is nothing, in my view, new. Yeah, even the part where they've been speaking about with the part they spoke about regarding expunging your records, as I pointed out here, since 2017 that has been in law. Maybe they wouldn't know. It's similar to the other day I heard them speaking about license plates, doing the license plates. I was listening to some program, and I heard them talking to the PM on his program and asking him about doing the license plates and so on. And I'll tell you that has been in law for quite a long time here, that people could do the vanity plates. That is nothing new. That has been in law. People just haven't bothered with it much. It's been in law. It's been around for a while. Yeah, nobody has bothered with it. But if I want to have a vehicle and have a license plate with the word Scott, I could do it. I'll have to pay extra, but I can do it legally here in Grenada. Yeah, so you could do the vanity plates and so on. So it's just a matter of, you have a group of individuals who pay no particular attention to something unless it gets social media hype, or they think that it can help them politically. That's what's taking place here.
And stuff like that, you should have at least medical professionals sitting there.
They claim they
did. Just, oh, okay. But I rest my case, Sheldon.
Yeah, as I said, they claim they did it.
So those things didn't come up. Nobody saw it fit to address those conditions. We're talking about the welfare of the Grenadian people. We're talking about health. Right now, there's a situation going on there where healthcare system is not, I'm not going to lie, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. So why are we going to encourage more things to come that we cannot even control some of what's going on there right now, but we're creating bigger problems that we cannot handle, and we won't be able to handle.
All right, my dear. Well, we'll see what obtains in relation to this. We always hope for the best for our country, but being pragmatic and realistic, we have to look at what are the possibilities that may be the outcome of situations like this.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, my dear.
All right. I hope it ends well.
I hope you have no snow to dig out from soon again.
Oh, well, Sheldon, I'm off until Monday. So, you know what? It's a lucky thing it fall because I get to get some rest and stay inside. So.
You're one of those let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay, all right. Yeah. Christmas, yeah. I still singing that.
Once I'm off, I'm good. I'm inside, that's it.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much, nurse. Have a wonderful one. All right.
Bye.
Yes, indeed, folks. That was Nurse Wendy. Yeah, giving us a little insight in relation to the marijuana issue. Yeah, giving us a little insight in relation to that issue. And you see her fumbling and all kind of thing here because they're doing different things to make sure that everything flows smoothly tonight. And let me just quickly, hey, folks, tomorrow in Telescope Junction, yeah, the Honorable Emlyn Pierre is going to be hosting Oil Down Fest. That starts from 7 p.m. Yeah, you could walk with your bowlie and your belly. All right, nice, because the food is free. You'll buy your drinks and things. They go have entertainment, all kind of things. So that's taking place in Telescope Junction tomorrow. So residents at Telescope surrounding areas, those of wherever you're from, you want to go down to Oil Down Fest. It is taking place in Telescope Junction tomorrow from 7 p.m. All right, nice. So I hope that you all take the opportunity. Those of you that can make it, I hope you all take the opportunity and go on down there. Reminder that the activity that was scheduled for Sunday, that is the Oil Down and the other competitions, that has been postponed. That has been postponed. We'll give you the new date. When that date comes up, we're going to give you the new date. All right? And just some quick reminders before we get into our full discussions for tonight.
Your brand to the next level. Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
And of course, outside of Chameleon Designs, you had to remember, we know you listeners, I tell you, a lot of all you miss out, because see, you could have this system in place during the snow and you would have been good on the inside, but no, you didn't listen. Yeah.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. For more information.
Yes, indeed, folks. I know I ain't done yet. You know, I have another one to play there because it's Independence time. All you have to go and get all your thing. Well, I'm telling you, all you must go and get all your thing over. Yeah, all you have to go and get all your thing over by the place. Yeah, what kind of thing are you getting on with there? All right, nice. Yeah, you have to go and get it. Nice. Let me put it on.
Visit the Independent Store, open at its new location, Grenville Street, near Purcell's Hardware. Second floor, Central Sales Building. Get all your decorations, rosettes, buntings, pennants, banners, and more. You can also get your t-shirts and polo shirts for kids and adults in the national colors. Say Happy Independence with colors. We love you, Grenada.
Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you. Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you. Welcome.
All right, and somebody asking me, yeah, you want to, yeah, send it, man, send it through. Yeah, you want to think, what you think, send it, yeah, and I'll handle my. And remember, tomorrow, starting from 7 p.m. Yes, so some of you all might have to listen to Talking Points out at the Oil Down Fest. All right, yes, so I wonder if I have next thing I have to go Oil Down Fest, boy. We go discuss that one. Yeah, next thing I have to run out and go in Oil Down Fest. But folks, yeah, we're looking out for that one. that is going to be taking place out there in Telescope starting from 7 p.m. The Honorable Emlyn Pear. Good night to you, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. To you and the family, we hope that you're having an excellent night tonight. Yeah? We know all you're peeling breadfruit and getting ready for Breadfruit Fest tomorrow. All right, nice. Wonderful. And I think we've got a caller online. Let's go to the phone line before we get on to the main issue for tonight. Go right ahead, caller.
Good night, Sheldon Scott.
Good night, sir. Go right ahead.
Sheldon Scott, I have one problem I have right now.
Go ahead.
I appeal to the Prime Minister. A problem with the street light. They're giving some people street lights at Mongols and some area extra dark. I appeal to the Prime Minister. Put some light in some Mongols. They're putting some street lights on some people place who are light already. And then they put in like nowhere because I need some light in Mongozo. Some solar light, we need some light in Mongozo. Appeal to the Prime Minister. And next point again, I will keep on talking about it until they come and till they fix it. The pizza road in Mongozo, he passes every day. Fix that pizza road in Mongozo. The pizza concrete road, begging, a tire beg. One gonna call Walker tell me today. I had to go to the Prime Minister and ask them for a street light.
Your member of he's your member of parliament, and he would have to request of Grenlec that they place a street light at that location. So you identify the area. You probably have a poll number. You identify the area. You tell him that area needs. He would do whatever check he has to do, and then he would write to Grenlec to request that street light.
Yes, sir, Scott. I never see a man pass, and I never see a man yet. See a man with a man pass to Mongozo.
You're not singular in that, my brother.
Well,
all right.
Man, if you know I support NP, you don't give me that street light.
I know about that one, huh?
I tell you the truth. Only LC people you giving like street light. Only LC people you giving like the Mongozo.
All right.
Scott, Mr.
Okay.
Good night to you.
Okay, cool.
And good night to the talking point.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, Scott.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I was a bit I was a bit distracted there, getting some stuff done. All right, yeah. So, folks, yes, you can call in and between. You can call, and we're going to take a look at the MOU that has been put forward by the U.S. We're going to take a look at that MOU in a short while. Again, reminding you all, because I realize, just like with information, when everybody feel somebody else give Sheldon the information, and you have the information holding, and you say, well, okay, no, so and so maybe tell him already, and you don't tell me, then everybody has the information for themselves, but I don't have it because you didn't give me. So that's why I always encourage people. Sometimes people call me 3 or 4 times, different people call me and give me the same information, and I'll take it. Yeah? Sometimes it's slightly different, but I take the information. And the reason being, yeah, if I encourage people, I know that already, and they feel you know that already, they wouldn't call. You might tell some people, I heard that, but still call me, let me know what is taking place in different areas, what is taking place. It's important to do that, yeah? As the same thing in relation to donations. Some people feel other people doing it, and they ain't doing it. Okay, no problem. We just operate how we can, when we can, how we can, eh? Nice. And folks, we have to get on to one other issue before I get on to the main issue for tonight. Folks, I found what took place with the Parliamentary Electoral Office to be extremely suspicious, especially in the present political climatic situation that Grenada finds itself in. I found it to be very suspicious. Either like there are some things on the list that they are hoping that the political parties who are vying for power in Grenada to remove the NDC, they are hoping that those political parties don't see it. We know already that what they are working with is a faulty system. It is a system, and if it wasn't faulty, it wouldn't be breaking down. And if it's not breaking down because it's faulty, it's breaking down for another reason that makes us even more suspicious. So it's either that the Parliamentary Elections Office is operating with a faulty electoral system, or something more suspicious is taking place to deny individuals the opportunity to register as they should. So we have to be concerned. We have to be careful. But beyond all of that, we have to be vigilant. Yeah? We already saw, as I explained, they didn't give the amount of days that you're really supposed to get. And then they took one of the days on top of that, that you had to make your objections. Yeah, people will go and make objections tomorrow. Legally, they could say, we ain't taking the objections because we told you bring it by Thursday and they didn't bring it by Thursday. So we're not going to take your objections. Yeah? Or they could just rest it there, and when you question it later on, they could say, no, you forgot Thursday was the day. And then you said, well, no, but Thursday already closed, right? Well, you could have bring it Wednesday instead. That's what can happen. Yeah? It does not mean that we need to stop looking at the list because the last day, according to them, I don't agree, but the last day was supposed to be today for objections to the list. It doesn't mean we could stop making objections and that we should stop looking at the list now. We're supposed to have that list like our Bible. We read in it every day. Because we want to make sure that we are familiar with who is on it. You want to make sure that these people should be there. You want to make sure that no folks who entered via CBI and became Grenadian citizens end up with the right to vote in your constituency when they don't live there, have never lived there, but simply just register there. Have you found people like that on the list? Have you been looking? Have you been able to identify everybody in your community on the list? You know, I know this one, I know that one, I know this one. I know many people that I sent the list to, and many people who got lists on their own, who have been going through the list on their own. Yeah, some families I know, and I want to congratulate you all that have been doing that. The ladies, the gentlemen, the children and all that have been getting together and going through the electoral list and compiling the information of anything suspicious they see. Not just the people who have died, but the people who may not even exist, or the people who should not be on the list in that particular area. Also, those who have been confirming the 12+1, love it. Those of you who've been going over the voters list and confirming your 12+1, your people that you've got to call on election day, and don't just call 12+1 and call as much as you could call, but make sure it's not under 12+1. I don't like using the other, what that adds up to. But 12+1. In fact, within a few days, I could say 12+2. Yeah? So we have our work cut out for us. I am glad, and again, I want to congratulate. It means the message is going out there. I want to congratulate all of you that have been reaching out to me and been saying, Sheldon, this is what we see, this is what we saw. We're going through, my people are there. These people have died and so on. We're going to pass it on to the constituency representative. Yeah, what's their number? You give them the number. Yes, we're going to pass it on to them. So I want to congratulate all of you that have been doing that. You are the true soldiers of democracy. Not just the NNP, of democracy in this country. Because I am very suspicious of what I'm seeing taking place with the electoral office. I'm saying it straight. Yeah, I have no problem with anybody working in electoral office. No problem with nobody on staff there, except the one that's trying to Amanda Jack in Carriacou. I have no problem with the others. But they may also find themselves pawns in a larger game. It may be a situation that even they don't pick up on what is being done around them. Who has direct control of the computer system that contains all the information regarding voters in Grenada? Who are the people with direct access to that information? Is there a fail-safe to protect that information from falling into the hands of any particular political party, entity, or individual here in Grenada that can then be used to the advantage of that political party, individual, or entity over another political party or entities or individuals? We have to ask these questions because we've seen that the system is faulty. They've had 3 years to fix the system and they refuse to do it. There has to be a reason. Because if they believe in democracy and they want to ensure that the electoral process in Grenada is seen and is not just seen to be, we ain't just in imagery and thing, we want it to actually be free and fair, we have to ensure that what should be taking place is taking place in the correct way, the correct manner, and that everybody knows so. There was a gentleman that used to call different programs from the electoral office. I think he was the person to provide information and so on. I ain't find I hear him for a long time. Let me give the electoral office advice. Put that man on some program so that we can hear some of what is taking place. We could hear the reason that you all decide that you all ain't closing the office on a Saturday and do your retreat, but that you close it on the last day for objections to the voters list. And he could answer and tell us if that was an internal decision or if that was ordered outside of the electoral office. And who are saying what are saying? Yeah? Because we need to know. The electoral office is supposed to be guided and directed directly by Her Excellency the Governor General. She is the main chief cook and bottle washer. She's supposed to be the one that you all are answering to. It cannot be a situation that you all are answering to other individuals or entities. Yes, if there are queries and questions as to the integrity of the voter system in Grenada, you all have, you not only have to, you all better answer. Yeah? And that is not a threat in a physical sense. That is a threat in a legal sense. Yeah? I like to be very careful because they like to take any little inner threat they could get and run to the DPP or run to the police to try something on you. So I'm making it clear. The threat is legal. So there must be answers to the questions that are being posed on programs like this and other programs and other places. As regards the integrity of the electoral system, I don't trust the electoral officer in Carriacou. I don't trust her. Who want to say I'm going overboard or whatever, die all your business. I don't trust her. She's trying to Amanda Jack the process. Because we know, hands down, man to man, we know there will be a change in representation in the islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique at the next election. And if they realize they can't win it, they go try and thief it. Because we know that is the nature of the beast that we are dealing with. Yeah, call them beast. That is the nature of the beast that we're dealing with. So we have to ensure that we keep our eyes. Our vigilance is protection against what they may intend to do. Our vigilance, our keeping our eyes on the list, our vigilance in understanding what our rights are. And that is why we're going to be starting from next week with a weekly session in relation to electoral law in Grenada. We're going to be starting that next week. So each week you're going to be hearing what are your rights as a voter, what you should expect on election day, what the registration process should be like, what are the laws in relation to elections. You'll be getting a lot of that. Let's go to the phone line. We've got a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Oh boy, and the caller drop off. Yeah. So you'll be getting a lot of that information because it's important that you do. Right? We cannot play games with something like this. I've seen in many countries throughout the Caribbean, I follow politics very closely. I can tell you that Bahamas election coming up soon. Yeah? Other countries like St. Lucia and Trinidad, they went a year early. Barbados just went a year early, but fully expected Barbados went a year early as well. And we know what's going on happening in Grenada. You may very well see one or two other islands. I have my toe in them islands too, so I kind of have idea what's going on. And there are political parties that man to man are more popular than the party that win. The election before this one in St. Vincent, the NDP had more people voting for them than the ULP and still lost. Yes, so be careful. Keep your eyes on the voters list. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
And good night to the Grenadian people who's listening home and abroad. Yeah. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Alright. I tell you, Mr. Scott, I don't know how to post money online.
No, I
but
know.
I know. I put a little change there for you because I like the program.
Put it in the bottle. I will come.
I don't depend on that to listen. I just come out from outside and I come in, you know.
The monkey in harassing you again, huh?
Why monkey around the place, monkey? Well, today, a lot of monkey are just, they go next over your side neighbor, the other neighbor, he break one of the man bulb, and he taking clothes. Kimani, take the gun by Kimani.
Wow.
It's a lot of them are there wrong and you can't kill them because they're going to charge you.
Yeah, they're becoming a pest.
Yes, and they're hungry, so you know. I don't know what's going on anyhow. Monkey in the place, monkey in the place. Hey, Mr. Scott, just allow me to say good night to Miss Pascal in Canada. I know she's listening to her husband. Good night to Patty, Arthur Campbell, and Matthew. The call of day, Mr. Watts and his wife. Good night. Jingo, a long time I don't hear you, boy. Yeah. And also to my son, my daughter. Saying good night because they just tell me they hear me. They're in all different states, but they hear me. I don't know how they hear me, but they just tune in.
Online.
They're tuning in and they're waiting to hear my voice. Anyhow, Mr. Scott, this guy that called about the road, he go get the people to put the road because the election is close. Don't surprise. Do not surprise. They call it for March. Hey, you think it's you alone against brown envelope? Not you alone, you know. I just get me brown envelope too. He's trying to do everything now. Just know you want this, the one in Guam up there with the road. You understand?
Yeah.
And he's here alone are walking. Here alone are walking. I don't understand. Because them other ministers and them, you have a headache with all of them. Mr. Prime Minister, don't watch me, you know. I am not your enemy. Your enemies are wrong you vote. They right or wrong you vote. I don't just say what I have to say.
How you told him it's his footstool?
They are wrong with footstool, yes? Hey, but I don't know. And the one Prime Minister, the other one Minister of Finance run, but he can go deal with them.
Minister
and he's tired.
Minister,
he's tired.
all they want to done the country, all they go for run as Minister of Finance. All they really want to done the country.
Mr. Deacon Mitchell as the Prime Minister is tired. Because all the work is on his back. Yeah. He's tired, I'm telling you.
No,
you don't have to watch me.
He's tired, but he's incompetent. He's incompetent as well. Not just that.
I am not a threat to you, sir. You understand? Well, I don't like this thing you want to bring these people here. The amount of visit strange people that living in Busheju here and the hill in the house the Chinese and them build. They're not from Grenada, but they living up there. I don't know if they register. I don't know if some can speak English. Some cannot speak English. They living on the hill. In the house, and he has so much of Grenadian that need somewhere to live.
Well, today
That's the problem I have.
there were over 100 Ghanaian nurses and other medical professionals that arrived in Antigua. Is Antigua? Yeah, Antigua today to replace the Cubans because they sent the Cubans back in. So now they brought in the Ghanaians and so on. Don't be surprised to see similar happening in Grenada very soon.
Well, Sheldon, the amount of people, the amount of Spanish people from Grand Mal, I don't meet them on the beach, They can't speak English. Yeah, I don't know if it's from Mexico, but one man tell me from Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? There's a lot of strange people are seen in Grenada. So I don't know. We just have to trust the Almighty God. If Grenadians trust God, the victory is ours. But some of them, they're so greedy. They're greedy, they're not patient. They're greedy. Some of them, again, they forget the goodness what Dr. Mitchell did for them. They get some of them get bribed. But nobody do bribe in Miss Cammy. I stay last night, nobody come in me yard because Sheldon ain't lying, I'm making a jackayan, They cannot come in me yard. And all the people coming and torment me. They tormenting me and the terminal. But I say me praise. I say me praise before I leave. I put on the armor of God. And I am a strong believer in God. So I have no fear for the election. I don't have no fear. Grenada is in God and Mr. Scott. A lot of us don't pray. We believe in man. We believe in the politicians. I believe in the Most High God. I put my trust in God. Whatever happened, I say thank you, Papa God. They could do what they want. And if we don't pray and ask God and tell him what we're going through, what they get take, don't blame nobody. Don't take bribe. You go and take a bribe for $200. School train about $100 coming on by one, When they want to bribe, you tell them give you $50,000. All big money. When you want to take bribe, but I don't want, honest to God, I don't want nothing from these people. Because before NDC come in power, I've been doing my nails, I have my special hairdresser, I eating and I pay my bills. So I want nothing. I'm satisfied with my life. And I don't want to be ungrateful. I don't want to be ungrateful for the NNP. I don't want to be ungrateful because ungrateful is a sin. And I have children and I have grandchildren. I want no court to take them. NNP party, Mr. Scott, did something for me, changed me whole life, around. They did something for me and I have to be very faithful to that party. They take me out from the ditch. And I'm happy and I'm comfortable with my life today. You understand what I say? I cannot be ungrateful to the NNP party. Miss Camille too just got telling all of that. If I dead tonight, believe me, I will not vote for NNP and NDC, sorry. I will not vote for these people. I will not vote for these people. Papa God know my heart. I know what Dr. Mitchell and his other members did for me, Camille. I know what they did for me and I don't want to be ungrateful because at night I don't want no cost take me train. Yes, I just go through me trials. It's not every day I just make $1. Not every time I could go and pay me bill. But I am satisfied that and up to this day, he have some of the members that are looking for me. They don't look out for me. They just buy me tablet. They just buy ointment. Sometimes I day in Grenada and my ointment come. Mr. Bullying, good night, sir. That is another man that will always come and bring an ointment for me. And all the nurses and doctors that just come and look for me and take me pressure. Dr. Andrews put me and take me everything and give me medication. Thank you, Dr. Andrews. Dr. Bernard and all the nurses, Nurse Noel. I won't lie, Mr. Scott. I don't have no reason to come and telling the world and lie like some people. They just take good care of me. Good care.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go in the health clinic, I just feel sad for these people because they're frustrated. Certain things they want to do, they don't have the material, they don't have the thing to take care of people. You don't have in the pharmacy. Yes, you will get a big the pressure tablet, you will get that. Then people going through a hard time. He hardly have gas. They hardly have gas. I don't lie. I go to the health clinic every day. It's sad. I ain't say I'm dying until they didn't saw certain things, you know. But it was now.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Mm-hmm. And the nurses is frustrated. But they go do what they have to do now because the election is right around the corner. Tell me how I know. They go do what they have to do. You don't hear what the Prime Minister say? Hey, the man stay, and either man doesn't listen to them, but I listened to him yesterday on the TV. The man say, when you go in the complex, if you go in any one of the ministries and they stop you from coming in with your short pants or sleeveless stop, tell them. He tell them to tell him that he say protest in the over the years. Why he didn't say that? Election is around the corner. So they go say, hey, you know how the Prime Minister say? Go and protest. We could go there with cut up pants. We could go inside there with cut up pants. Mr. Dick Mitchell as the Prime Minister. Don't bring these people in Grenada. Because you have people in this country right now that need help.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them guys are sleeping in the market.
Kami?
Yes, sir.
I need to go into an issue there because it go take some time. And I don't want to go too much. I don't want to go too much past 10 o'clock tonight. But listen, listen to it carefully.
Good night.
All right, my dear.
Good night, darling, and good night to Grenada.
All right, my love. All right. Folks, sorry I had to do that, but there's an issue I want to get into, and I want to take my time and go through that issue. And again, it is the issue of the Memorandum of Understanding that the government has put out, letting us know what the Memorandum of Understanding says. Yeah? Although we know when it comes to Memorandums of Understanding, we cannot trust this government. But this is the MOU that the government intends to sign with the United States. So I'll just go over a Memorandum of Understanding between the government of the United States of America and the government of Grenada concerning the transfer of third country nationals. Yeah? And it says here, but there are certain parts of it, just about roughly 3 pages, 3 pages long. And I thought it would be longer than that. But anyway, 3 pages long. And it speaks to different things here. There's just the preamble apart there. But you see, I highlighted certain parts here. And there are other things in between it. But these parts in particular just stuck out on the first reading, second reading. And part of it says, except in relation to violations of United States immigration laws, the government of the United States does not intend to propose for transfer any individuals with criminal records known to the government of the United States of America, including through Interpol notifications. Now, folks, in simple English, they are saying that they will not send people with criminal records that they know of. So the person, let's say the person is from Spain, and that person committed child molestation in Spain. They spent their time in jail. They went to the United States illegally. Now they're being deported from the United States. Yeah, because they already spent the time in jail for child molestation in Spain. Now, the United States does not know, because Interpol notifications generally is if a person has committed a crime and they're looking for that person. So that country, Spain or Mexico or Somalia or wherever, they will put out a notice through Interpol that we are looking for said individual for the following crimes. But what about if that person served the time for the crime or whatever, and that person was then in the United States? Because I doubt that the United States would openly know that the person was a child molester and allow them to enter the United States. So the chances that they can be people who have already spent their time in jail in their country, 1 or 2 years, 3 years, whatever, get off for good behavior, end up in the United States, and then are transferred to Grenada. There's no protection for Grenada here, because it says specifically here, known to the government of the United States of America. Suppose it's known to the government of Panama. Suppose it's known to the government of Uruguay. Suppose it's known to the government of Canada or of the United Kingdom, but not known to the government of the United States. What sort of in-depth background checks are being made on these individuals by the United States in conjunction with Grenada before they are deported to Grenada? And don't tell us nothing about transfer. Some of that stupid talk. It's deport already, they're getting deported. They are deportees. You know in Jamaica they call them deportee boy them? Yeah, deportees. That's what they are. So this one stuck out to me first of all, because it speaks specifically of criminal records known to the government of the United States. It does not speak of criminal records which may not be known by the government of the United States. And if there's an Interpol notice out for them, that would be known by the government of the United States. So I saw no necessity to really include that. They already put including that. But what about the crimes that these people may have committed in their home countries, which is the reason that they ran away from that home country to the United States in the first place? Suppose they were involved in making child porn. Suppose that's the case with them. Suppose they were involved in trafficking people, and that's how they end up in the United States, or trafficking people, and then they end up going and stay. So the US is unaware, but their home country might be aware. Is Grenada going to be the one spending the money to find out from the different countries what these people may have done in their home countries? Is Grenada going to do that? Then it speaks further here, case-by-case consideration and documentation. And under that, it said here, for each proposed, let me pull it back up big again here. For each proposed transferee, the United States intends, not the United States will, but it intends to, because I could intend to go in town tomorrow and don't go. I could intend to stay home tomorrow and don't stay home. I could have any intent. But if I say I will, I have guaranteed that I will go to town. Once I'm alive and everything, I will go to town. That's the difference. But anyhow, the United States intends to provide a full pre-arrival dossier to the extent available and permitted by law. And pay attention, because I know my good friend Nimrod Olivier was pointing out something by this section here. Permitted by law, which includes biometric identifiers. Yeah, you could get that. Fingerprints, eye scan, whatever the people, although we don't have nothing to check on no eye scan here, but eye scan, fingerprint, them thing. Immigration, law enforcement, and security history. Well, I don't know what immigration history they could have, because if these people that are being considered for sending to Grenada are people who entered the United States illegally, there would be no immigration history to send on them because you don't know when they got into the United States. The only immigration history is we catch you now and we sending you in Grenada. So I don't know what immigration history, you're trying to make the language look nice, but when you're speaking of immigration history, what immigration history are they referring to? Law enforcement? Well, that's not supposed to be part of the agreement anyway, because you said earlier up that you're not going to be taking people who have been involved in criminal thing. They said, yeah. They said that they're not going to be taking people who are involved in criminal activity. So why do you need law enforcement information on those persons when you've stated clearly that you're not going to be taking people who are involved in criminal activity? And security history, well, that's back to the same law enforcement, so they're just trying to make things look nice. What's the difference between security and law enforcement? Medical screening records. Let me explain something to you all here. Let me explain something here. If one of these deportees is HIV positive, the United States government will not, but cannot tell the Grenadian government that that person is HIV positive. There are laws in the United States that prevent the opening of medical records of individuals. There is no way, under no situation, under no law, federal, state, any level in the United States, that the United States government can tell Grenada if the individuals they're sending down are HIV positive. They can't do it because those records are sealed. And the US, whoever releases that information, could find themselves in problems. So you could have people that are coming down here that may be HIV positive. The only way that the government of Grenada will know that these people are HIV positive is if the individual themselves, in writing, gives the US government permission to reveal their full medical status to Grenada. That is the only way it can happen. The individual themselves, the man or woman or child, and you know in a child case they can't really sign them thing, would have to sign the document giving permission to the US to provide that information. So we won't know if the person coming down has chronic kidney failure. We won't know. The US cannot provide that information to us. Don't study the Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs talking dotishness. Because they know sooner rather than later, the planes going to be landing and the people going to be coming off. They know that. And as such, they're trying to massage the anxiety of the Grenadian people regarding this particular issue. But in the same way in Grenada, you cannot reveal a person's medical history. In the same way in the United States, you can't release the person's medical history. That's why they say here medical screening records. So they just tell them, hey, that person healthy, they could come. That's all. The person has cancer stage 1, stage 2. The US cannot repeat, they can't tell Grenada government that. They have renal failure, the kidneys going, the liver bad. The US government cannot tell Grenada that. So they may very well dump people on us that our healthcare system ends up having to absorb and take care of. Did they speak to the United States and say, well, okay, if you're sending these people here, here's what we want. We want some assistance with our Royal Grenada Police Force. Since you're sending people who may end up in the long run being members of gangs or having affiliation to gangs like MS-13 that our Royal Grenada Police Force is going to end up having to deal with, or people who may be involved in things like ATM fraud, etc., we need our officers to receive additional training in some of these areas. We need our officers to get additional training in relation to counterfeit, in relation to cyber crimes, in relation to gambling and so on, or trafficking in people. Are you willing to provide that? Because if you're sending that problem down to us, we need to be able to handle it. Not after it starts up, then we send in people to train. We need people to be out there training all now. So was that part of the negotiation? We ain't seen anything like that here. But they're talking about medical screening records. Yeah? The American government cannot tell them. Nurse Wendy, am I wrong? Nimrod Olivier, I know you're always listening. Give me a call if you can. Am I wrong? You are part of the military. You are part of the police force. Am I wrong? They cannot provide no information in relation to the people's medical history. That is total dunceness and nonsense. And in addition to that, they're asking for a language profile of the person. So the person may have lived in the United States for a period of time, but they still can't speak English. Yeah? Let me see if Nurse Wendy. Nurse Wendy, am I wrong or am I right?
Hello?
Nurse Wendy, am I wrong or am I right?
You correct, and I wanted to speak about that, but I didn't want to take up your time. That's why I
Go
did.
right ahead.
There was an incident about 2 years ago where one of the police officers, we usually have prisoners, people arrested in the hospital, and we would have like police officers at the bedside.
Mm-hmm.
So that person came in for drug overdose. So we usually do the drug test and the screening, the urine and all of that. So the police officer demanded the urine result, the drug test from the nurse, and she said no, she's not giving it because that's our patient.
Mm-hmm.
We have to advocate for them. So she said no. He arrested her. He handcuffed her, took her down, and they later had to apologize because the Nurses Association, they all got into it. Everybody knew that he did not have the right to do that. So they had to release the nurse. I hope she threw the pants out of them, and drop all charges because she was practicing in her scope. She was doing what she was supposed to do, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot ask somebody for their medical records. I, as a medical provider, if I go and I give out my patients' information to people, I can lose my license. So when I first heard that, I said to myself, where did they get such information from? I know it was incorrect, but you can't do that.
And you see, they've been saying this to the ignorant. So the people who might be ignorant of U.S. law and procedure in the United States system may grab onto that and may believe that, yes, you're getting the medical records. It's dotishness.
And it's a big issue. It's HIPAA. You think?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in their right mind going to tell somebody that we're going to release those medical records because everybody know it's a big no. You can't do that. You just can't. Regardless of what. I had another patient again that when they saw the police, he had cocaine and stuff. When he saw the police, he had little bags and he swallowed it. That patient went into cardiac arrest immediately and he was brain dead on the ventilator. Sheldon, every morning I go to work, the police calling me. Did he pass the bags? Did he pass the bags? I'm not giving you that information. That is my patient. I'm his advocate. Even though he can't speak or anything, I'm responsible for that patient. If you want your information, you have to look elsewhere. I'm not going to give you this kind of information and get my license that I worked so hard for to be taken away from me. So everybody knows about HIPAA and everybody knows you can't do that. It's just a no-no.
Yeah, and it means, therefore, we may have people coming down with communicable diseases. And we're not saying that everybody coming down from the States with communicable diseases. But the mere fact that they raised that health thing, I'm just exposing that they're talking nonsense. Total, unequivocal nonsense. There is no way the U.S. can give that information to Grenada.
The only thing where you can release some medical information, Sheldon, is let's just say somebody has HIV and they go and they get tested. Mm-hmm. What they'll do is they'll call all the people that they'll say, give me a list of all the people you had, sexual intercourse with. Mm-hmm. And they would call them and tell them, I suggest you go get tested because X and X was just positive. Mm-hmm. And with certain STDs like that, it's mandated to report.
Yes.
But
In that
otherwise,
case,
to that,
other than that,
if
in the
if
tail.
if I call out sick and my manager wants, well, that was in the past. My manager called me and wants to know, oh, what you were sick for? Hell no, no. And then I was a union delegate again. Also, we had a lot of issues with that. When the manager called, oh, why were you out? You have to tell us why you was hospitalized. No. Immediately we go in the office and we let them know. No.
Mhm.
You can ask somebody that's their personal business. You cannot do that. Information
It's
like
not like
that is
Grenada. You
not
had to bring in a
supposed to
sick
go.
leave. When you bring in a sick leave here, you state on the sick leave
No,
the
you cannot
reason
do that
that you
here.
had
You
to take the
cannot
sick
do
leave.
that.
Yeah.
You cannot do that, Sheldon. And a lot of times I had to go into the manager's office and deal with them for asking the nurse, oh, let me see what you went in for. You can't do that.
And
So
then
that's when I heard that. I said to myself, I sat there, I said to myself,
nonsense.
that has to be made up because nobody in the right state of mind would release anybody's medical. First of all, a healthcare professional, a provider knows you can't do that. You're going to lose your license. So they're not going to do it. So I want to see who is going to do that. Who's going to be so big and brave and bold to release those things on them to get their license taken away that they work so hard for.
Suppose a person goes into renal failure, kidney failure, a month or two after they arrive in Grenada. Who is responsible for ensuring that that person gets dialysis treatment? You understand the questions that we have to ask on the Grenada end, because we have people here that could barely make the dialysis treatment and the government ain't bothering with them. We have people
And
that
that's
could
the
barely
same-
make the dialysis treatment.
And-
Every month you have people that ending up inside Lacroix and Bailey and Waynes
Yeah,
because they can't
with
make
dialysis-
dialysis treatment. So
Sheldon,
we
once you
know that
miss
is a
day or
reality.
two- Once you miss a day or two of dialysis and you can't go into the hospital and get your electrolytes checked, and balanced, that's it for you.
Mhm.
That's what I was saying about the same thing with the marijuana and the cannabis and this. We can do something else better to help than those things? But anyway.
All right. Thank you so very much, nurse. All right.
Okay, bye.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I ain't crazy. I know about HIPAA. Yeah, so I ain't crazy. So they can't give that. So that is absolute nonsense what they're talking about thing. And language profile, they also mentioned language profile of the individuals here. And let me take another call. I see another call coming in. Go, yeah, enough time. Yeah, hello, good night.
Hello, good night. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. So let me share with you. Nurse is very, very right. When it comes to HIPAA, I'm going to tell you how even more drastic HIPAA is. I'm married to my wife legally by law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's in the medical field. And I will go to that same clinic that she works in, and she still cannot tell me about anything in my medical records. That's how strict HIPAA is. If any doctor have to give my wife that I'm legally married to information on me, they could lose their license. So if it is that drastic, how the hell the United States is going to transfer medical records to Grenada?
And in the only case they may be able to say, well, this person has a condition, is, for instance, if a person is on dialysis and they're sending them to Grenada, they can say, well, this person requires dialysis, in which case Grenada shouldn't be taking that person anyway. Why would you take a person that you had become a burden on your healthcare system that already fallen down as it is? You have a waste of time minister and a waste of time government. Why would you take a person on dialysis? So in a case
That's
like
correct.
that, or a person who has some other chronic illness or so on that requires constant treatment, they may be able to say this person is being transferred, but that person needs this treatment, in which case Grenada wouldn't take them. But the others who may have the HIV and they just take the medication and so on, and they look all right and they look okay and everything is good with them, you're not going to get that information. You're not
Right.
going to get it.
Right, but all that is good and all that is great. Again, but keep in mind, one of the major issues that the people of Grenada have to understand, that 98% of the people that is being deported are undocumented. There's no documentation on them. There's
Exactly.
no medical records on them.
That's
There's
why-
nothing again.
That's why they're being deported. You're not even sure the name they're using is their real name.
That's correct. Okay? So, again, the Grenada government is giving y'all a whole bunch of hoopla. That's why I've been not calling that guy by his name online. I'm not going to say it on air what I call him. But what I post online...
I saw it. I'll leave it right there, but I saw it. Just know I see it. I see you in action.
Right. So that's the situation. I just don't understand it. And I would say straight up, he is a professional liar, not a professional lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Where he got that degree, how he got that degree from the Woodburn University in Trinidad, I don't know, man. I swear, he was paying somebody to do his work, because the things he come out of his mouth, I don't know where he get it from. Anyway, have a good night.
All right, thank you. I just want to make some things clear to you all here. Heart disease, kidney failure, cancer, those kind of things, that the US telling you that the person they're sending have any of those things are based on conditionality. In other words, if the person requires near immediate treatment or constant treatment, the US would have to disclose to you that that person requires constant treatment, because other than that, the person may come here and die. Yeah, and then who's going to be responsible for them? Grenada and the US. So they can, on a conditional basis, only if the people require treatment. You could have somebody that's in remission from cancer or had cancer and did treatment and they're in remission and so on. And that person who's coming in Grenada has no information that that person is a cancer survivor. None. And you know what happens? You have to go and check every now and again, and you have to do tests. And if it comes back, you have to go through all the radiotherapy and all those things again. You have to go through that chemotherapy. Right? So those things cannot be given. HIPAA covers, and we keep mentioning HIPAA, I'll tell you what it is just now. I have to find the exact thing for it. I keep forgetting it. HIPAA applies to all doctors and nurses in the United States. All. So they are locked down. They cannot give you medical information about people. Information that may not be picked up when I pick them up and put them in a facility and they do whatever tests they do on them. That information is locked down too, because it is still covered by the Privacy Act in the United States. That covers everywhere in the United States. So their medical information is covered by the US Privacy Act. So they still can, you know, I'm sticking on this because I'm trying to show you how our government does lie to us. They does really lie to us, because if they lie to us, it means they're incompetent. Because if look at Jukutu me could know this, and you are the whole cabinet sit down there, come up with this document, and don't know that, then best I go and be the whole cabinet, because they know what they're doing. Yeah? So we will not be getting, let's just be clear, we ain't getting them information there. We ain't getting that. Alright? Just want to be clear on that. We're not getting it. Let me see if I can pull back the stuff here. Nice. So when it comes to some other areas that they have mentioned in this thing, we're going to move past they mentioned language profile. So we're hoping to send people that speak English, or that at least could understand English. Because again, these people are undocumented. Some of them may have stayed around their individual communities in the United States. They may not be very au fait with English as a first language or even a second language. Yeah? Then it says here, subject to logistical capacity and implementation efficiency. Those are nice words. The government of Grenada intends to receive transferees on an annual basis in numbers to be mutually determined in writing by the participants. So we don't know how much people, if Grenada is going to say we're taking 1,000 every year, so we're taking 250 every quarter, so we're taking 1,000 a year over a 5-year period. Yeah? Because it speaks about the numbers per year. It doesn't speak about the amount of years you're going to be doing it for. Are we going to sign an agreement that is open-ended? that says we taking, so that 100 years from now, we still have to take people in America, putting them out, deporting them? Or are we going to say, over a 2-year period, over a 3-year period, over a 4, 5, 10-year period, we are willing to absorb X amount of people into our country? No, this government don't think like that. So they come with big, nice language. Subject to logistical capacity and implementation efficiency. Well, we know about implementation efficiency with this government, and logistical capacity is out the door when it comes to talking about the NDC government of Deacon Mitchell. Never forget that. In determining acceptance, the government of Grenada may give preference to transferees possessing skills or competencies. In other words, the government of Grenada could also accept people that don't have skills and competencies. Because it didn't say that the government of Grenada have to. It didn't say the government of Grenada must. It says the government of Grenada had to do what? May. The time that come after April. After April is May. So the government of Grenada may give preference. Not strong language to say the government of Grenada will, or the government of Grenada has to, or the government of Grenada must. It's leaving the door open for them to just take people willy-nilly. That's what it's doing. Suppose somebody is in their 70s or 80s or so on, going and use Grenada as a retirement home. We have people that sit down here in Grenada from Petit Martinique that can't reach home yet. So we're going to do, make it into a retirement home and bring people who have no connection to Grenada. None at all. You're going to let them come down because you said Grenada may. In determining acceptance, the government of Grenada will, that's where you have to put, will give preference, or will only give preference to transferees possessing skills or competencies that contribute to Grenada's development. That is how sensible people would frame it. But then again, we can't accuse them of that. The government of Grenada may give preference. You see the kind of loose language that's being used here. And to the extent such skills or competencies are known to the government of Grenada. Yeah? That's the kind of language they're using in this thing. Information sharing and confidentiality. The participants intend to exchange information necessary to implement this MOU and to protect personal data to the extent consistent with their respective laws and policies. This alone, this sentence here alone, this here, you see here? This alone, this tells you that they can't give nobody medical information. That tells you that. Because it says to protect personal data to the extent consistent with their respective laws and policy, the privacy laws and the guidance of HIPAA over all doctors and nurses in the United States. They cannot present certain information to Grenada. And to believe, listen, I believe the Prime Minister right now operating like Christ on the night that before he was crucified with let this cup pass from me. Let's call him baby Jesus. I feel he's trying to play that part now. And asking, let this chalice pass from me. Yeah, I think that is where he there right now. I think that is where Deacon Mitchell is at right now. Let this chalice pass from me. Operating procedures and assistance. The government of the United States of America further intends to review available foreign assistance funds for food, housing, and other related matters in accordance with applicable law and regulation. The government of Grenada does not intend to accept any transfer in the absence of arrangements for such assistance. Talk alone, only talking. Only have to take them. Talk alone, only talking. The government of Grenada does not intend to accept any transfer in the absence of arrangements for such assistance. So in other words, and I see some people jumping up, oh, Deacon Mitchell, he tell them they had to pay. The American said I was paying for the people to relocate. The bloke, not the bloke, but the geezer, was referring yesterday. I don't think a lot of people picked up on what he was speaking about. And he was speaking about a similar arrangement that the UK, after this, is just basically to sign and that sort of thing. And I'll pull it back up in a while for us to discuss another aspect of it. The geezer was referring to the fact that the UK government, the former UK government, got into arrangement with Rwanda to accept refugees that tried to enter the UK. So the people who were coming into the UK by boat and sneaking into the UK, and they were captured and so on, and they were to be transferred from the UK to Rwanda. There was an arrangement for how much money the UK would pay for each of these people to be relocated to Rwanda. There was an arrangement to provide housing, to build places and so on, and to settle these people, resettle these people in Rwanda. So all of that was being put in place and so on. The government changed, the agreement was squashed, and Rwanda was left holding the bag. Because we know governments change, because we know just now Grenada aren't changing. So governments does change. And when governments change, policies change. So the policy changed between the UK Conservative government to the UK Labour Party. The arrangement was squashed. Rwanda is now suing the UK for, it was a couple million, well, I don't think it was into the billions, but a couple $1 million well. I'm looking for the bloke, Giza. Link me back with the, okay, I think it's somewhere here. Yeah. So Rwanda is suing the UK for £50 million in relation to arrangements that they had made to receive these refugees. Yeah, whether they go win or they ain't go win, you know, but at the end of the day, Rwanda is suing the UK. These refugees were being given, and these undocumented folks were being given £2,000 as start-off money to leave the UK and go and live in Rwanda. Those are the kind of things that were taking place there. Now, Grenada is looking to enter into a similar situation. Recently, we heard the Prime Minister speaking about an OECS approach. Right now, it seems as all man for themselves. Yeah? All gooty find your own hole. So you ain't hearing about the regional approach. We heard him speak on it. We heard the Minister of Foreign Affairs speak on it. I didn't hear of the OECS approach again. All of a sudden, we're hearing about the Cabinet of Grenada approach. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to find out, have they even written to the opposition and said, hey, this is what is being proposed. We'd like your input on it. Because all you're going out of office just now is the opposition are coming in office. So at least try to include them. If you really care about Grenada, try to include them in those discussions. But no, I sure they ain't do it. Folks, this is the MOU that has been put forward. Let me just put it up and run through the whole thing quickly there again. This is the MOU that has been circulated by the government of Grenada. I can send copies to those of you if you WhatsApp me. I can always send a copy of it to you. But this is the MOU as is. Yeah? The government of the United States may in its sole discretion propose to the government of Grenada the transfer of third country nationals, just the deportees. And the government of Grenada may in its sole discretion consider accepting or rejecting such proposals in whole or in part on a case-by-case basis consistent with Grenada's laws and national capacity. It says nothing here about what type of travel documents these people will be getting. It says nothing here about whether or not these people will automatically on arrival in Grenada be receiving Grenadian citizenship, because like it's a new CBI program we will be getting. Yeah, it's a new CBI program to give Grenada more people. So instead of this government utilizing the money that they're using to buy van and buy this and buy that, instead of they utilizing it to provide proper skills training to our young people to take up those jobs, they've gone past that. Remember, the same people who have not brought in any major developmental program in Grenada. So within the next 24 months, all of the major projects in Grenada are going to be completed, and they have not brought in any new project to keep the momentum going in relation to the amount of people that are required in construction, etc. Name one. They have not brought in any substantive construction project that is going to start within the next 24 months and go past that. They might have the short-term things here and there, but none. And as such, if you have 5,000 jobs, and I'm just using wild figures here, if you have 5,000 jobs in construction right now in Grenada, as range developers finish doing what they're doing, Intercontinental and so complete, what they're doing up in La Sagesse there, as the Chinese and the other folks up there in St. Patrick start to complete the project that they're doing there, and other construction projects are completed, you're going to see a general wind down in the amount of people that can find construction work. Meanwhile, you are looking to bring in people and saying that there is right now a glut on the market for people. In other words, there's a need in the market for people to do construction and so on and other areas. You're saying that based on what? You're saying that based on the fact that Hurricane Beryl passed 2 years ago, destroyed the northern part of the island, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, creating a lot of construction jobs that otherwise these people would be unemployed because all you don't do nothing and all you don't build no 500 houses a year. The only just have people trying to lie and say that out there. They have not built any 500 houses. Let's just get that clear. They ain't do it. That's a fact. And while that is the situation, these people have not created the enabling environment for the further creation of employment in Grenada, in the construction field, in the tourism field. There's no, outside of what is taking place in St. Patrick and St. David, there's no major hotel construction taking place. We're still trying to find out what's going on with Kimpton by Kawana. You and I need to find out, because this government, when it comes to money, they know to talk about other people, but Deacon and Claudette don't know how to talk about themselves. We need to find out how much money has been spent by you and me, the Grenadian taxpayers, because yes, I pay taxes too. You and me, the Grenadian taxpayer, how much of our money has been spent to pay off the people who were shareholders in that Kimpton Kawana Bay issue. Late last year, I saw the notification. At the time I was deep in something else, so I couldn't have dealt with it at the time, but I saw the notification for the wrapping up of the company that had existed. So they wrapped up operations in Grenada. And you also know that the government promised to pay all the people who had bought shares in it. They had to pay them off. There was a notice that was sent out to these people to contact so that they can be paid off. And we're speaking here of millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. You and I have not been informed of whether or not the government has made those payments, whether they're facing a class action lawsuit from groups of these people that decide, hey, only take the property and we want the money. We don't know. We've got no idea. We do not know. So we don't know if and when that project will be starting. We keep hearing it's starting. Don't be surprised, because they're heading to elections. Don't be surprised that they go and cut ribbon on it soon, because I talked tonight and he living close by, he could walk down. Don't be surprised they go and cut ribbon and say construction starting. We don't know what is the hold up. We don't know why. But up to now, we are not seeing construction taking place on that facility. At least I haven't seen it. If you see it, let me know. Let me know. So we do not know where we are at right now with that, and with the repayment of all the people that had shares in it by the government of Grenada, that they promised that these people will be paid. We ain't know, and we ain't know. So we await the information regarding these things. They seem to have forgotten that they had to update us in relation to that. Yeah? Someone is also asking here, what is going on with the technical working group? Yeah? They want to know what is going on with it. Okay, my friend, I'll send it to you. They want to know what is going on with the technical working group in relation to Grenada's oil and gas. They're going to come with all these things And then they're going to announce the election. So you're going to see they come and cut ribbon and say we start in construction here and it's going to provide X amount of jobs during the construction phase. And you might see a graveyard team start to do some little plastering here and start to clean up and so on. You could take a $10,000-$20,000 and give some guys and say, clean the place, make it look like work going on there. Bring a ransom and put it on. And they'll do that to give the impression that work is taking place there and that they've solved some issue when they have created more. Had they gone to court and solved that, and one of these nights we have to deal with that in depth again, because there are new listeners to this program that don't know what I'm talking about right now when I say Kimpton by Kawana, and don't know the total mess that this government did of it and the amazing conflicts of interest. Imagine people sitting on a committee to make a decision to give a company that they do work for money. In other words, they're paying themselves through the company. And people sitting on the committee had conflicts of interest. Not serial as in conflicts. No, conflicts of interest. That's what they had. So we understand the situation as it exists right now. And with all of this, you're saying you're going to take people for skills. Mr. Prime Minister, I will show you skills tomorrow night. You know what? I wasn't going to do the program tomorrow night, because I told you all, it is dependent on you all. It is dependent on you all. And one or two people, I ain't cutting it. We have to do the thing proper. If either we doing it or we ain't doing it. If we doing it, we have to do it proper. I hear some people talking about Sunday. No way. Not Sunday program. No. You all want to know the situation. No. And no way. Right? So we have to come together and decide that this is what we're doing, and people have to help out the situation. Yeah? That's I'm just saying it plain tonight. That's how it goes. That's how we have to do it. Yeah? So folks, we have just a few minutes remaining. The phone lines are still open if you want to call. We're going to take some of your calls right now if you want to call in relation to this one. Because again, if you're bringing in nurses, how many nurses are you bringing in? Where are you going to house those nurses? Or is it a situation you're kicking out the Cuban nurses and you're placing the Ghanaian nurses where the Cuban nurses are? If it's that you're doing, just say that. Because see, this Prime Minister wants to play the reincarnation of Maurice Bishop so much. He wants to play like he's the new Maurice Bishop so much that he finds it difficult to come out and say straight some things. Like how Antigua come out and say, hey, we're getting rid of the Cuban Medical Brigade, we're bringing people from Ghana. This Prime Minister doing the exact same thing. Exact same thing. But because he wants to give the impression that he's Grenada's new Maurice Bishop. Yeah? He's Grenada's new Maurice Bishop. And because of that, he don't want to be the one that say, well, we have to get rid of the Cuban nurses and so on. It's either you take the position, the principal position that Cuba has been a friend in good and bad times to Grenada, and as such, you put it to the Grenadian people, are we going to come together and are we going to suffer the consequences together of whatever may come? It's either that, but don't try to do it in sneaky, and you're trying sneaky to get rid of the, and let's take this call, to get rid of the Cuban nurses. They're too sneaky. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yes, sir. I guess you recognize voice.
Yes, sir.
Where are we with that Polaris thing? And
there was an agreement signed. There was an agreement signed either sometime yesterday or today in relation to Polaris.
So it's gonna start. The building, they're gonna break ground.
Well, my brother, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna break ground or if it's just, I think it's something in relation to the funding aspect of it. Yeah, I saw something on it today, but I didn't get a chance to go through it, which is why I've not mentioned it. I'll speak about it tomorrow night, but I didn't get a chance to delve into it before tonight's program.
Okay, my other question is, what's going to be happening with these people? What's the immediate residents? Where are they going to be building houses for them before they get here, or are we going to use the houses in St. David's, the one, or which houses are they going to use to house them?
Well, my friend, the Chinese give us houses for poor people in Grenada. Deacon Mitchell take it and give to who he want to give, and forget about the poor people. So it is nothing out of the ordinary, nothing out of character for him to decide that he bring in Ghanaian nurses and stick them in the houses in Beaujeu and in St. Mark and St. Patrick, and stick them in the houses out there in St. David. That is nothing for him to do. Yeah.
Okay, now are there any monetary agreements? Because as you know, CHECON Mitchell. I'm not calling him anybody by name to say that person call his name. I'm saying THE Con, the con man.
I heard you. Hello? Oh, we lost you for a moment there, bro. Hello? Oh, that seems as when you get a call there. Because we're connected. I'm still seeing him connected here. And I'm sure he's connected on the other end, but I think he probably got a call. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, we'll probably have to call back. Yeah. And folks, anybody else can call as well. Yeah, you know, it's still a situation. You asked about the money aspect of it. We don't know. Next thing the man get the money already and spend it already. We don't know. You know, we don't know. We have a caller on line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Good night again, Sheldon.
Hey, Gabby.
I listen to you and you say, I want your medical record. They can't do that even in Grenada, Sheldon. Even here, they cannot give you your problem you have with your medical record to nobody, you know. Only if you give them, tell them what to tell people. But they can't do that.
I could bring a civil case against somebody if they try
cannot
something
do
like
that.
that and they could lose their license.
Because that person's family could sue them. You could sue them. They can't do that. What happened to these people? They still is stupid. They still is stupid in Grenada. Not everybody that's stupid. They can't do that, Mr. Scott.
Well, some of us have the ability to read and understand the legal jargon that they try to mix up this thing in so that the common person out there will not be able to. And yes, I'm using their words. It has called us common.
They have to say something. Yeah. That is what I have to say tonight. No, that can't happen. Yeah.
Okay, Gabby. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is what is going on. These people and them just giving us thing there, that can't happen. But they're telling us, like, if that they could do that. But that alone is supposed to tell you that there's no intention. Now, here's what. Folks, we have to understand certain things here. The Grenadian government have been trying to wait out the United States government. So, everybody on planet Earth who has any sense, so we do expect this government to know, but everybody on Earth who has common sense knew that the US would have taken some sort of military action in Venezuela. They were not flying B-2 bombers over Venezuela for sure. They were not flying F-18 Hornets outside Venezuelan waters for sure and spending billions of dollars to bring all this military equipment down these ends, just for sure. They wanted to use it and they used it. Yeah. So this government is hoping that they could wait out the United States in relation to the radar issue. They're hoping that they could wait out the US government as well, if they could back and forth with them, that they can wait them out in relation to this issue of the parties as well. They are hoping that by some miracle, maybe that the present president of the United States might not be the president of the United States sooner rather than later. And as such, there may be a change in approach by the US administration and they may get off the hook. They sit down and they pray with that. That's why I say, right now, I'm pretty sure the Prime Minister is asking, let this chalice pass from me. But it's a long way to go out of it. At the end of the day, their only responsibility, and let me repeat, the only responsibility, and I'm echoing the words of the political leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emmeline Pierre, the only responsibility of this government in these matters is to ensure the safety, protection, and well-being of the Grenadian people. I never hear the present Prime Minister or any of his cohorts, his lackeys, brown nosers, and so on say that. But I heard the political leader of my party, the New National Party, the leader of His Majesty's opposition, and the proud member of Parliament for St. Andrew Southeast, the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, made sure that she said that to the Grenadian people, that the only responsibility, the main responsibility of this government in this thing, you have to maintain the dignity of Grenadians. You have to protect Grenadians and ensure the well-being of Grenadians. All these fanciful things about skill training and all kind of, yeah, come on. We know what you're getting at, and we know the situation that you've put yourself in. Because it's not in the New National Party that you had people saying, let them take the damn visa if they want it. So they take the damn visa. Good. Folks, that's all the time we have on Talking Points for tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. And in everything that you say, everything that you do, we want you to be safe and secure because we love you. Yeah? I want you to be safe and secure, folks. Those of you that do remember to give the assistance. If you can give the assistance, we do need the assistance. Give us some assistance, yeah? Because, believe you, we need it, all right? Nice. And again, let me just play these. Remember, tomorrow night from 7, so you're actually going, yeah, from 7 o'clock tomorrow in Telescope Junction, Oil Dung Fest. The Honorable Emlyn Pierre is going to be there. That is Oil Dung Fest taking place in Telescope Junction tomorrow from, yeah, it's going to be from 7 p.m. So go on out there. You could walk with your bowlie. You can get some food and thing there. You understand how the thing does go. All right? Nice. So you could head on out there. Remember as well, you have the, and I will play these two for you, and then I will play these two for you. All right? Nice. So folks, that's all the time we have for tonight, and whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out. Do enjoy the rest of your night tonight.
I'm strong, I'm sure. I am a Grenadian.
Residents of Telescope and surrounding areas, your parliamentary representative, the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, invites you to the Telescope Oil Down Fest this Friday at Telescope Junction from 7 p.m. Come taste the best of St. Andrew Southeast as we celebrate independence in style with live local acts and of course the food. Yes, the food is free. So remember, that's this Friday from 7 p.m. at Telescope Junction. See you there.
I haven't got diamond, silver, nor even gold, but blessings I give to east, west, north, and south. Oh, Grenada.
Visit the Independent Store, open at its new location, Grenville Street, near Purcell's Hardware. Second floor, Central Sales Building. Get all your decorations, rosettes, buntings, pennants, banners, and more. You can also get your t-shirts and polo shirts for kids and adults in the national colors. Say Happy Independence with colors. We love you, Grenada.
Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you. Happy Independence, Grenada, we love you.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
Everybody will work for money, but when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of suffocation is the same khaki pants. They would pave the streets. I'm feeling something. Election coming. He said, don't worry about them potholes. They're gonna wipe them out of this world. I'm feeling something. Election coming. There will be plenty sweet talking tongue when the campaigners comes around. But if your part don't confuse your head, promises can't put butter in your bread. If we win the election, poor people wouldn't be sorry. If we win the election, everybody will work for money. But when they win the election, the poor man ain't stand a chance. Same amount of frustration is the same khaki pants. Politicians just like to promise, like promising is their business. I'm feeling something. Election coming. Hope they change for the new millennium and keep their promises with the poor man. I'm feeling something. Election coming. They would promise anything for a vote. They would even promise you a ram goat. But if they lose, look at Bacchanal. Don't try to collect that ram goat at all. If we win the election, we are going to look after vagrant. If we win the election, we are going to give them assistance. But when they win the revolution. The vagrants don't stand a chance. 5 years after that instance is the